You're listening to RIAcast, a podcast of the Southwest Florida Real Estate Investment Association. RIAcast brings together a variety of real estate entrepreneurs from all over the world to share tips and ideas. The core purpose of the Southwest Florida RIA is to help members become more profitable and successful through networking, education, and empowerment. Here are your hosts, Jeff Tamarello and Michael Lyons.
You can go multifamily versus single family. You want to maybe have some comments on the difference between the two, and then the differences of the type of tenants you get, single family versus multifamily.
We approach it this way. From a cash flow standpoint, by far, multifamily is better. Duplex, for example. And recently, and I'm sure we'll do it at RIA again here soon, but recently I ran the numbers on a single family home, a condo, and a duplex, and what kind of returns you're going to get. And under every scenario, obviously you have to buy it right, but the duplex is the higher return. And the occupancy for the duplex, when one side goes vacant, you still you're half full. And then when a single family home goes vacant, the whole thing's vacant. Mm-hmm. So from a cash flow standpoint, by far, I think duplexes are fantastic. You still have to buy them right. There's a lot of things to not go into too much detail. There can be some headaches with duplexes, obviously. And then the same rule applies when it comes to doing background checks. Obviously, every tenant that applies has to be treated the exact same. You do the exact same background checks, the same qualifications for moving them in. But I've had great luck. I managed several duplexes, and there's not a huge difference. You just treat them the exact same, do the same exact background checks you would do with anyone else. And I've had tenants in duplexes for 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Long time, no turnover. And they're great tenants. They take care of the place and they're happy to be there.
Now, question on a duplex, do you just have the lawn mowed, or do you get one of the tenants to mow the lawn, or do you have the tenants mow their half of the lawn?
Yeah, and I recommend, I would say from a landlord standpoint, you want to cut your expenses wherever you can. On a duplex or multifamily, I'm always, I would say, have the landlord handle the yard, just because that fine line between where's your yard start, mine stop, that kind of thing. And on a side note too, if you have any properties, and I don't recommend investing in pool homes for rentals, but that happens, I would have the landlord pay for a pool too, just so you have a professional maintaining it, because a tenant who says they know how to maintain a pool does not know how to maintain a tool necessarily. They might know how to do it, but if they don't, they can do a lot more damage than the $65 a month it would take you to have a professional maintain.
Here's a pro tip for pools. Learned recently, if you've taken the water to pinch a penny, you have to get it tested within 3 hours. Not like I rode around for 2 days with it in my truck and then went to pinch a penny and they were trying to tell me I needed added 4 gallons of muriatic acid to my pool.
So someone that doesn't know what they're doing could really mess up your pool.
I think I just said I don't know what I'm doing with my own pool.
Yeah. But from a professional standpoint, for both the lawn on a multifamily, I'd have a professional go there, or a lawn service go there. And then for pools, they gotta know what they're doing. And a lot of people, I'll take care of the pool. They want to save however they can, but I wouldn't recommend it.
How about water systems? Because that can really damage the plumbing if it's not done right.
Well, you said well equipment?
Yeah.
I have a lot of property that we manage that has well equipment, and I have owners that will hire a professional to maintain it on a monthly basis, or about every 4 to 6 weeks they'll come out, put salt in, and make sure everything's, nothing's corroding or any issues there. And they, quite honestly, they still have issues with their well equipment because just the sun and elements is gonna affect well equipment. But they have the best circumstances. They have the least amount of problems compared to someone who doesn't maintain it normally. I'd recommend it. It's about $35 or so, $40 every 6 weeks to have a professional come out, service it, check it, make sure your aerator tank's clean. And that's money well spent, in my opinion, if it's every 6 weeks for $35 or, whatever the cost is approximately. So I would do that on a long-term rental. I would do that. Because if you plan on the tenant to take care of it, some do, and some don't. And you're better off with at very little expense, in my opinion, to have it maintained. You avoid a lot of problems.
This concludes this edition of RIAcast. Be sure to subscribe to receive our next episode. You can also subscribe at our website, www.swflreia.com. See you at a meeting soon. Please let us know if you have a suggestion for a future episode.